It's the breaking news story this hour. Advocate Malesela Teffo has been struck off the roll of advocates by the High Court in Pretoria for improper conduct and theft of clients' money, among a litany of things. The High Court says Teffo has no regard for the justice system and is not fit and proper to continue practicing as an advocate. SABC News reporter Mbalenhle Mthethwa joins us live for more. Very good afternoon to you, Mbalenhle. You were in court. What else happened?
Good afternoon, Nzinga. What this judgment essentially means is that Advocate Malesela Teffo, I don't know if I can still call him or refer to him as advocate, but Teffo can no longer practice or even give legal advice in South Africa after his name has been removed from the role of advocate. I'm joined by someone from the Legal Practice Council who's going to give us a reaction and tell us their thoughts on the judgment. Are you pleased with the outcome of today's court proceedings?
Yes, we are. Considering the manner in which the LPC formed a view that Mr. Teffo could not be regarded to be a fit and proper person to practice as a legal practitioner, with this judgment, the court has confirmed the view of the LPC. And in terms of this judgment, the court therefore decided that he can no longer be allowed to represent clients as a legal practitioner, and therefore he will not be allowed to appear in any court on behalf of a client, or then to consult or to give advice to a client in the capacity as a legal practitioner.
And what's the way forward for him now?
Firstly, in terms of this judgment, there are some duties being placed upon him. He is compelled, firstly, to hand over his certificate of enrolment. He must do that within a specific period of time, failing which the sheriff is mandated to be instructed then to take possession thereof. He is not allowed to continue to operate on any of the banking accounts that he used for purposes of receiving monies from clients. And there's also, in terms of the curatorship that's being provided for in the judgment, the right for the curator then to take possession of any of the files, client files, and to communicate with his former clients. Therefore, no longer being an advocate, no longer being a legal practitioner, he's not allowed to continue to practice. Certainly he will have a remedy if he is of the view that the court has erred in granting this judgment. He certainly can consider to bring an application for leave to appeal, but there's also a remedy available then to the LPC as applicant, in terms of which we can then again approach the court, in terms of which then seek an order from the court to ensure that this decision remains in force and can still be executed.
Just for the benefit of our viewers, we heard the judge speaking of the fact that the issue of the theft, and the fact that Teffo would then accept funds directly from clients without an attorney being present. What does that mean, and what is common practice, and why is this does this amount to theft and contravention?
Yes. The profession is regulated in such a manner that an advocate is not allowed to receive an instruction from a client directly, unless if that advocate is allowed to practice as a so-called advocate with a trust account. But in this instance, Mr. Teffo, as an advocate, could only receive an instruction from an attorney. But the court has also referred in his judgment in him not having ensured that there is instruction from an attorney concerned, but he then acted, and the words used by the court was unlawful, in that he received monies directly from those clients. He did not account for those monies. He also, on what is being alleged, failed to execute the mandate, and therefore the court is of the view that he misappropriated those monies, and the court even said that it would constitute theft.
Now, we understand that Teffo was supposed to be present in court, but is not here, really. Was this going to have somewhat of a bearing on the outcome? Do we know why he's not here? And did he think his presence or his lack thereof it would have a bearing or on the judgment?
No, I don't think it would have had any impact whether he would have been here or not. But the court has delivered the judgment today. He has apparently elected not to be present or to be represented, and I don't want to speculate as to the reason for that. But his presence is not required for purposes of the court delivering its judgment.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. There you have it. That is the Gauteng Provincial Director at the Legal Practice Council, just giving us their reaction following that judgment, which has just been handed down by the Pretoria High Court. It's back to you in studio.